Stew. Stew. Now, if you guys know me, you know I love a good stew. A good stew, you know? It's like a soup, but thicker and better. Now, I want to talk about stew because stew is great. And I talk about great things on this show. Now, there are many different kinds of stew. I think the most common stew you have is beef stew. Now, if you have never had beef stew, my God, beef stew or a vegetable stew. I like a venison, like a deer stew. Stew is stew. If you like soup and you've never had stew before, you're missing out. You're missing out. That's the only way I can say it. You're missing out. Stew is soup's successful cousin. And soup constantly gets like their parents constantly talk, soup's parents constantly talk to them about how they've never succeeded like their cousin has, which is stew. Stew is better than soup in every way. My beef with soup, no pun intended, is soup doesn't feel like a meal. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter how much you eat. Soup is soup. It's always like an appetizer, it's always just like a snack. It's not a meal. Stew though. Stew is a meal and a half. Stew fills you up like nothing else ever could. It is insane. Whoever invented stew, they knew what they were doing. Because they basically took soup, an already decent food item, and they just said, hey, let's remove some liquid, add some chunk. And they created a beautiful concoction. A beautiful concoction. A concoction that is so incredibly versatile. You can add any kind of veggie, any kind of meat, any kind of base you want. There is a stew for everybody. And that's when you know you've transcended a good meal. When you have a meal that anybody can find, anybody can enjoy, that's a high quality meal right there. So I think it's important to recognize stew. Whether it's homemade, whether it's canned. If it's been a while since you had stew, I hope that this episode really opens your mind. Really opens your mind and opens your heart. Maybe if you're sitting on your couch or if you're lying in bed and you're thinking to yourself, what is for dinner tonight? Maybe stew is the way to go, whether you go out somewhere to get it, whether you have canned stew. If it's early enough in the day, you can make stew. Now, what I mean by early enough in the day is because, in my opinion, the best stew, the longer you let the stew stew, the better it is. So if you have a pressure cooker at home, crock pot, if you would, if you have some meat, some veggies, and a base, you need a flavor base, like a stock almost. If you have all that lying around, just try it out. Try it out. It's not hard. You just throw it all in there, cook it for 6 hours or so. The meat will just tenderize. The vegetables will just caramelize. and you will have a food item that is not only easy to make, but unlike anything you've ever made before. It transcends cuisine. Something so simple to make has no right tasting so good. Stuff that tastes good is supposed to be complex. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to require motor function in order to make that delicious. You know, the average person can't make creme brulee. Even following a recipe, the average person wouldn't be able to make creme brulee. But anybody can stew. Anybody can stew. And that's great. That's beautiful. America is the land of opportunity, and stew gives that opportunity to people. So, if it's been a while, or you've never had stew, please take that into consideration. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.